see you today.
Yes.
And in a change to your regularly scheduled programming, we are off to Palo. Just very cutely aware last night, we didn't actually mention how much dinner cost us. So before, we added an additional tip. All Palo restaurant services and tables of more than...
I don't know.
No, it's not applicable here. So at Palo and Remy, there is an 18% auto gratuity. There is also, if you order drinks from the bars upstairs, there is an 18% auto gratuity. So before we added our own tip, our meal came to less than $100.
Which I don't think is bad.
Which, like, genuinely, sit there and I go, well worth it. Well worth it. But yeah, so that's kind of how the pricing for Palo works for brunch. Just a point, we completely didn't show the menu last night. But there is also what's called a price fix option, or a prefix there.
Yeah, so if you're platinum, you get free Palo. So the prefix menu is...
That's Platinum Castaway Club, so 10 cruises or more.
Yeah, is priced for that purpose, so that all you'd have to pay is your tips on top.
Yeah, what I would also say is if you are looking at doing Palo, the best thing you can do is get on the Disney Cruise Line Navigator app and actually check the menu before you go. That will give you the most up-to-date menu for Palo.
You have to be on the ship to see that.
Yes, you do. But
or you can Google it.
You can Google it, yeah. So yeah, other than that. So yeah, we're off to brunch. We'll explain to you how that all works. We're going to go and grab ourselves a drink before we do start, though.
I want a coffee.
Yes, I'm just quite happy to have a Coke.
And you know what we're missing? What today should be? CHURRO Mickey Waffle Day.
Yes. Oh, should we go and see if they've got them? We'll go upstairs to Cabanas and show you if they have a CHURRO Mickey Waffle.
We will, making this promise now, go to Cabanas for breakfast tomorrow.
Yes.
So that you can see, because I'm very acutely aware that we have not been to Cabanas for breakfast at all on this cruise, which is very unlike us. We are normally every day in Cabanas, but we've been converted to our sit-down breakfast. So, yeah. That's all there is to say about that.
So as we just wait for an elevator to turn up, we have just once again met Adrian from Theme Park Express. Really nice guy, lovely to chat to. Just genuinely,
That got music.
if you don't watch Theme Park Express, you really should be, because Adrian is brilliant. He really is so.
He was so lovely as
Yeah, he
well.
was.
I'm up.
What were we not going to do?
Not get a Mickey CHURRO waffle. And whose idea was it to get a Mickey CHURRO waffle?
Look, the smell called me. I'm like Moana with the sea. So these are usually a sea day only exclusive. They are basically the Mickey waffles with a churro sort of coating.
That one's better. Don't mind me.
Go out there, Dan.
Basic picture.
You good? Yeah? They're normally quite good with syrup. Some people have them like with the whipped cream and strawberry compote, which is a nice idea. Yeah, these are just genuinely very, very tasty, and they are the most sought after thing on a Disney cruise, especially on Sea Day. We had this horrendous moment where the chef went to take away the tray. Thankfully, he put a whole fresh tray out, so we're going to jump into these and make sure we enjoy them. But yeah. So that is the inside of a CHURRO Mickey waffle. As you can see, it's just quite literally a Mickey waffle covered in cinnamon and sugar.
It is a different batter.
Is it?
Yes. Because it's a different colour.
Shows you how much attention I pay, doesn't it, really?
See that? Different colour.
It just tastes good. That's all I care about. That's a lovely view. What a wonderful view that was, my dear. So we have arrived at Palo for our brunch.
Bang on time.
Yeah, bang on 10 to 10.
Literally got to the desk at 9:50.
As we were asked. We do have Vinny again, which we are
the only people in the restaurant, by the way.
There's now 2 people behind you just coming in.
It's going well.
So this is our view. A beautiful, beautiful view.
Yes.
So we are past the Aegean Sea now. I'm not even going to try and pronounce the name of the sea that we are currently in. Do you know the name of the sea we're currently in?
The calm one.
It is relatively calm, although last night was slightly rocky.
That was nice. It was I slept so well last night. I fell asleep before you. I was like cuddled up to you, and I was just like, I was out of it.
Oh yeah, Dan was out of it. We were watching Avengers, and Dan fell asleep before they even killed Phil Coulson. Spoiler alert.
Do you know why?
Because of the rocking motion.
Well, that, and I had a coffee. And as someone with ADHD, coffee puts me to sleep. So
interesting. So
why I
look,
had a coffee
Vinny is just coming over. There he is. There's Vinny.
There's Vinny.
So I'll be back with you in a moment. So I put a picture of the menu in so that you can see it effectively. It's a free choice of what you want now.
You can have one of everything.
Yeah, or you can have everything. So Daniel and I always tend to go from the pancakes and waffle side. We then have a pizza, or in my choice a calzone, and then at the bottom you have all of the main sort of entrees. Normally I would have a lasagna, but I'm not feeling lasagna after having had more pasta last night. So I'm going for the steak, and you're going for the chicken parm, which is just one of the most.
The only correct thing to order.
It's very good. So our first part of the service has arrived with a Nutella muffin, an almond croissant, a blueberry muffin, and a fruit pastry.
Yes.
And then a bit of bread service as well, including focaccia, genuine normal white rolls, and sesame snaps.
Yeah, the sesame ones are my favourite ones.
Yeah, so Dan's going to have both of those. So yeah.
Do you have the focaccia and the onion bread?
I do, yes. And then we will just be waiting for our waffles and our pancakes. Effectively, our starters have arrived. Danielle's pancakes have got the orange zest on top of them with some syrup. Danielle's not a huge orange zest fan, as you can tell. And here is my strawberry Mickey waffle with strawberry compote on top. The plates, by the way, are scalding hot.
Also,
just like my wife.
No, the cutlery's so nice because it's weighty.
So we're going to tuck in and enjoy this, because very soon our pizzas will be arriving.
Oh yeah, you watch us both demolish essentially a whole pizza each. Naughty.
And so the big hitters have arrived. There is my calzone, which has prosciutto, bell peppers, onion and a tomato sauce and cheese inside. And over the back is Danielle's mozzarella pizza. To give you an idea of timings, Danielle has finished her pancakes. I'm almost done with my waffles, so the timings are very well timed, in fairness.
Impeccable. This is a piece of art.
Steaming hot as well.
Look at that. Thing of beauty. And I've got my pizza. Thank you, Vinny. I will film you taking the first bite.
This is genuinely...
Remember, it's very hot.
Just genuinely one of the best things I've ever eaten. The reason the plate is, or my fork is shaking, is because of the thrusters, not because I'm nervous. What I don't think I can quite explain on a video is just how well all the flavours complement each other. The prosciutto is salty enough, but it's not overpowering, and just complements the rest of the cheese and the vegetables and then the dough. And the sauce is just so rich and sweet at the same time. How are we doing with the pizza over there, Daniel?
I'm being good. Normally I would eat the whole thing, and then I'll feel bad about it later. So I'm leaving my crusts. And I'm of the opinion that it's one of my 5 a day.
Because of the tomato? Yeah. That's fair. Well, I've got peppers in this, so we can get away with that.
Yeah.
The key thing about a Palo Brunch is knowing when to stop and not using up what I would call dead space. So the crusts of this dough from this pizza base and from my calzone, as wonderful as it is, that is effectively the same space as steak will take up.
Is that Paul math?
Paul math rather than girl math. So yes. And also, you may notice we've barely touched any of the bread.
Not on purpose.
Not on purpose, just the rest of the food arrived.
We're also very aware that we have been added in, so we need to kind of eat and get out.
Yes.
So that we're not taking up someone else's table.
Yes, yes. Although they have squeezed us in an available space. It's not like they've cancelled someone else's booking, but...
No, but I think they try not to like double book the tables.
Correct, yes.
So they only have like, they'll only sell enough spaces to cover all the tables. They won't have someone in at 10 and then someone in at 12.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
That's what they've done with us.
Yes. And then here is the star of Paolo.
The piece de resistance.
Literally, this is the main reason people come to Paolo, for the chicken parmesan.
Let me just cut it in half, because underneath it is something that you won't be able to see from your own.
Yeah. So whilst Dan's doing that, here is my steak with potatoes. There are some green beans underneath. Runner beans. No, green. Are they runner beans?
Green beans.
They are green beans.
Is it?
Yeah, it's green beans. I'm having a nightmare here. But underneath
comes with a
Dan's
risotto.
Is risotto. But it is. I've tried this and it is stunning. So yes, we shall tuck in, and then we'll get out of their way.
Well, we have dessert.
Oh yeah, we've got dessert as well. Yeah. So we are completely and utterly done. Just for reference, before anybody sits there and goes, "What about all the food you've wasted?" Blah blah blah. They actually have a very good recycling program on the ship where the food that is not eaten gets used as fuel.
Yeah, it gets turned into fuel.
Which, you know, is why they make allowances for things like this, because not everyone is going to like these, but none of it ever goes to waste, which is always a good thing. However, we have made a decision. We are going to skip dessert. Now, we do have pictures from previous cruises where we have had dessert, so we are going to show you what we would normally have had, and it's kind of like a dark chocolate sort of...
So there's two. The first one that is normally our normal one we have is a chocolate and raspberry tort.
Yes.
Very nice. The second one was one we had by accident, technically on the last cruise. It's the chocolate fondant, and it says amaretto, but the amaretto is in the ice cream. So it's absolutely fine for me because I don't like amaretto, and that's really good. But I couldn't eat dessert even if I wanted to.
No.
I'm so full.
And also we're very conscious that they will probably be wanting this table back, given that it is rapidly approaching 11 o'clock. So, we are going to say thank you very much. We're going to pay our bill with good grace and head our way down to guest services, as we've been told, to go and speak to Port Adventures about Delos Island.
Yeah, we'll tell you how that goes. We are back from Paolo. Paul was just stood in the porthole admiring the view. You can't see him.
All the sea.
All of the sea. We are going to head down what, Paul?
Do you know what's mental to me?
What?
In that direction is Libya.
Yes. Welcome to Geography with Paul.
The whole of Africa is outside our port window. Not literally, but in the distance.
Reminds me of the old Animal Kingdom saying. It's like Africa, Asia, and something else. I
have no idea what you're on about.
I need to educate you.
Yes.
CHURRO soon used to say it all the time. We're going to go to Port Adventures because they've requested our presence.
Point about Paolo.
Point about Paolo is what he's just done.
There was no auto gratuity, which surprised me, because I'm convinced the last time we did brunch.
I don't think there was.
I think the last time there was no auto gratuity when we did brunch was because we were with Paul and Andrew.
No, I don't think they put it on brunch because it's a prefix.
Correct. Either way, 18% auto gratuity normally.
Yeah. Anyway.
But it was not, because I said earlier, it's always on there. Yeah. It wasn't. I was.
So we're going to go down to Port Adventures, and then we have no plans until 3 o'clock. So we'll see where the wind takes us.
That's me playing golf.
We'll see you after we've spoken to Port Adventures. Help me.
the fact that Daniel just told me there was... We were like, there's definitely no more, and then Daniel was like, there's two, and I'm like, there's nothing coming down.
Somewhat of an update for you. It is such a nice day upstairs. We have decided it's swimming time. Although not proper swimming, we're going to go to Satellite Falls. So we're going to leave you here, and anything else you'll see now will be on our phones. But I'm going to sit down to update on the situation with Port Adventures. They said that they've spoken to the tour operator, and they're giving us a 30% refund on each ticket, which is very nice. I think, we didn't expect anything. We just were of the impression that if we don't tell them, they don't know. And given the fact we saw the same tour guide yesterday doing the exact same thing, it's clearly a bit of an issue. So appreciate them handling that for us. I've come back on my own. Paul's upstairs holding our chairs because every man and his dog is upstairs. So I'm going to collect all the stuff, including the sun cream because it's very, very warm, and leave you here, and we will pick you up. You might see some clips next. I'm going to say we'll pick you up later, and then the next thing you'll see will be us at Satellite Falls. But I'm going to leave this here, and we'll pick you up shortly.
And as we are getting closer to the coast of Italy, the sea has calmed down so much. We have just been up on deck for about 2.5 hours, and it's been absolutely beautiful to just do nothing. It has been quite nice, hasn't it? You're right in the background, my dear.
Oh,
come to the foreground. I've put a towel on because nobody really needs to see how fat I am.
Hello.
Hi. Lovely time up on deck, just all joking aside, sitting there doing nothing. And I think, as much as we are enjoying filming and trying to show you as much of the fantasy, because we do love this ship, it's also important for us to have a bit of downtime on what is meant to be one of our 5 holidays this year. So anyway,
more videos coming your way soon.
Yeah, after this there might be a few more.
Well, there's only 2 more that we're filming.
But there's this one.
Yeah. So 2 more after this. Florida and November. There's only 2.
Oh yeah.
Because we're not. Well, are we going to film the next fantasy?
No.
We could do one video for.
Yeah, we could do.
Because then at least you'll get to see Belgium.
Yeah, true. We'll see. If you want to see Belgium, put in the comments. All 3 of you watching.
No, yeah, nobody's watching this.
Yeah, all 3.
Hi, Karen. Karen's watching this.
All 3 of you that watch this, if you want to see Belgium, let us know. We'll be with our friends Chris and Becca. So, do you know what's interesting?
What?
Your brown bit in your pupils got bigger.
I've got an eye thing. I've got technically.
You got 2 of them.
2 different coloured eyes.
So
your tail's slipping.
Yeah. Sorry, people.
See your tan line now.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, to be honest, it was really nice just to lay up by Satellite Falls, which was very breezy and actually really took the edge off the heat, which was really nice. We moved a little bit, and then we kind of went, oh, look at the time. But funny enough, as we've gotten closer to Italy, the breeze has sort of dissipated a bit as well, as you've just seen. That caught some. Very nice. And then the sea is just calmed right down. You can tell now there is no rocking on the ship at all. It is so calm, and this is exactly what it was like on our first day at sea, heading towards Greece. So
really nice. We've not had anywhere near as rough seas as what we're used to.
No, especially compared to, we were somewhat expecting, because there have been a few storms in and around like the UK and Paris at the time of filming this. So we were expecting there to be a little bit of rough weather, but I think it's just not reached us, which is lovely really. So all right, anyway, the plan now, we're going to get ourselves just rinsed off a little bit, cleaned up a bit, and then we are heading to the golf simulator. My darling wife will be filming me. This will be very interesting to see how this compares to when we did a sports simulator on the Dream. Now
I think it's the opposites, like that's where we were and it's the one opposite.
Yeah, so
you've got no idea what I'm talking about.
and no, when we did the sports simulator on the Dream, this is one of our issues with the Dream, and we're aware that loads of people have been on the Dream and absolutely love it. We did not have a great experience through the whole cruise. However, when we went on the Dream, we did the sports simulator, very different to the golf simulator, because the golf simulator is dedicated for golf. Sports simulator, there are about 8 or 9 different sports. There were 2 bays on the Dream, both for sports simulator. When we were in there, the one that we were sent to really wasn't calibrated very well, and that's probably giving it credit.
Yeah.
The one opposite us was reasonably well calibrated, but still had flaws. It was so bad that we spoke to guest services, and the response was, "You're not the first person today, and we're refunding everybody who's had that bay," which I thought was interesting. Just on another note, with the excursion, we now know the value. $42 each has been refunded to us, which is greatly appreciated. Disney did not have to do that, so thank you for that. At 5 o'clock we are down to the DVC member update, where they're going to tell us all about the latest goings on at the parks. They'll probably include the new member lounge at Magic Kingdom, stuff that they're doing at Disneyland, because we know there's some planned expansions to the DVC resort there. May also get an update as to the new resort that they're planning on doing at the back of cabins at Fort Wilderness.
Is it still called Reflections Lodge?
No, it was given a different name, and I can't remember what Ashley told us it was. So we shall see, but other than that, we're going to get ourselves sorted, make ourselves slightly more presentable than the semi-naked state we currently find ourselves in.
Well, I've got my little swim thing on, and I've got shorts on, so actually I'm more dressed than you are.
Better go and get myself sorted then, am I? So we are now off to the golf sim. Dan's taken her iPad with her because she's going to film like all good people at Disney do, or at least all the really irritating ones who stand in front of the fireworks with their iPads do.
No, I've got a list. It's for my list.
You just made a list.
It's not to... That's a very unique reference.
That's a very bespoke reference.
It's not to film with, it's because my list is on here.
Oh, okay.
On my list app. So I've got my pencil.
Bananas, apples, milk, bread.
Just remind me I need to do a food shop for Sunday. We would just talk about potentially buying the internet for today, because our poly stuff is showing up on our thing and we want to get booking on it. So might do our food shop later.
Get booking.
What?
Nothing, dear. Nothing at all.
That is the correct terminology.
Yes, dear.
Just going to put my pencil away.
So yeah, we are going to go up to the golf simulator now. We'll probably top up our drinks on the way through potentially. We shall see you up at the golf sim. So out we come to the top deck, and you've got the Aqualab running today. Not too many winds, and that is basically just a splash pad. Like, I'm disappointed that for the second cruise in a row, we've not been able to go on it.
It is for kids.
So, we're big kids. So it's up by the Goofy Sports Deck. I believe it's round this way, which is where we were the other day. And that's where we believe the golf sim is. If not, it's just back that way where the mini golf starts. But yeah, splash pad. Literally water everywhere.
You look like you're spotlighted. He's trying to pick where to play.
It's not going to make any difference as to how bad I am.
No. Where did you pick?
Glen Eagles.
That means nothing to me. I'll show you his first few swings and then I'll go back to my... Oh, I'm going to move back.
I was going to say, I'll probably move back. Loads of people who watch this going, your swing's really bad. I know.
Adjusting his tee. Where did that even go?
It's on path, which is always a good start.
Nowhere near where you need to be, correct?
Absolutely. They went 50 yards. So it's very realistic to how I play.
I was going to say, that's not very far.
No, it's not. But at least it is realistic, that's the key thing.
Select number of players. One player. Select game mode.
Missed.
Bottom top left. Welcome to Visual Sports Carnival. Wait for the green light to throw. Try to topple all the stacks.
I mean, it went further.
Yeah, that's something. Still need to try and get it like back on the course.
I mean, I can see the course. Hey!
What made me laugh is the guy before was like, I normally hit between 70 and 80 on a round. I'm like, That's me after 9 holes, yellow no tea. What is it? 173. Right, now we're at the rough final.
What is the par on this hole? 4. You're on 4.
5.
Oh.
Problem is, they're proper clubs and I'm not used to those.
You're used to cheap ones, are you?
Yeah. Cheap clubs, cheap balls.
Select number of players.
Oh.
2 players. Select skill level. Rookie. Select team. Welcome to Visual Sports Cricket.
Oh, 2 putted.
Don't know what that means.
Well, basically it means that I've got to where I am and it says I've putted the ball twice. So it shows it's quite unrealistic because I would have taken at least 4 on that. Next one is a par 5.
Oh, was that it? You didn't even... Okay. Well, I'm going to... you don't need to see the rest of this.
So the golf simulator, I will say it is much, much better than the Dream in terms of its ability to pick up where the ball's gone, what your movements are, all sorts else. I will say, having now done it on both Fantasy and the Dream, I do not think it is worth the money. Personal preference. If you have kids and you want to do like the football one or the baseball one or the cricket one, probably a bit more worth it. But I would say I don't honestly feel like I've got my value for money.
It's funny to watch.
I will say it was quite accurate when it suggested I 4-putted. So anyway, what's the plan now? Shop?
We're going to go to the shop.
Okay, we'll see you at the shop then. Look at that. And then look at that. Honestly. Oh, look at that's beautiful. If you're missing the parks, Dole Whip, $7.25. That's probably 18% gratuity.
Yeah, probably. I think might stick my head in Cove Cafe. What was that?
No idea.
Yeah, stick my head in Cove, see what it's like. If it's busy, we'll run away.
Okay. And finally, welcome to the Disney Fantasy Ship Shop. It's nice and quiet, and key bit to remember is that the shop is only ever open when the ship is out of port. A lot of shops in that opening few statements, so what is really good and impressive compared to previous cruises that we've been on, it does appear that even after several days of being at sea, there are still plenty of sizes of various items. Dan's given herself brain freeze because she swallowed her ice cream too quick. I'm not sure what's worse, getting brain freeze or that noise.
I'm going to brain freeze, I've got ice cream on my front teeth.
Ah, right, okay. Dan has sensitive teeth.
That hurt.
Not nice, no? So they've just finished showing Lilo and Stitch 2025. They are. In the theatre. Underwhelming when people came out, I think is the best way to describe it. So they can also sell the Disney Cruise Line robes. We have talked about getting some of these. They are $130 each, though. Do lots of other stuff in terms of kids' toys for ship similarities. They've also got the opportunity to create your own headband with bits of characters. So as it shows up there, you pick the base of your headband, choose your characters, and then you just attach them to the headband. I thought they were Numios to begin with, but they're not. Plenty of Disney Cruise Line sort of merch and shirts. A lot of this stuff is new that we didn't really see when we were out in October, November. And then there's other things as well, like the autograph books that you can get. These shirts that are here at the back, these ones I'm pretty convinced are on every single cruise line ship that we have ever been on. And they are relatively comfortable fitting, I will give them that. They sometimes do have offers, so they're not always just $30, sometimes there are offers, and then plenty of options for kids' clothes as well, but they are all around here. That one has been around for a long time. And then in case you forget a hat, they've also got plenty of hats here as well. If you love a turbis and you love, you know, keeping your coffee warm for long, then you've got these, which are all priced reasonably well in my view at $28. If you are DVC member or gold members, you do get a discount. And to stop people thieving them consistently from Animators Palettes, they have the Animators Palette knives. These are $13, which is not too badly priced. Now those do need to, from my understanding, they would need to go in your hold luggage, not your hand luggage, as we managed to get one when we were out in November, and we just put it in the hold luggage and it all went through okay. Plenty of cups and options. And then finally, just in this little bit of the shop, plenty of options for toiletries, medicines, in case you forgot anything. There is nothing that I'm aware of that you cannot get on the ship that is sort of non-urgent, and if there is anything that you can't get in here that you desperately need, there's always the medical centre down on deck 1. Christmas tree ornaments, because that's what everyone wants in the middle of June, although some people will get them like us and store them. And then plenty of pins as well. They do lots of other pins as well, so there's a pin board selection just over there, and then also plenty of pins just here. They are all relatively and reasonably priced, so similar sort of pricing scheme as what you find in the parks. And then if you want a much bigger memento, for $60 you can have one of these. We know people who do collect these, and they do look very nice when you put them all together. So Mickey's main sail doesn't just start there, it kind of extends and goes all the way through to there as well, where you've got plenty of other sort of kids' toys and probably more infant sort of level clothing. And then in Sea Treasures is the more upmarket sort of shop we showed you the other day. So I'm going to take the opportunity while Sea Treasures is actually really quiet to show you some of the really nice stuff in here. There is a suitcase, and just for the record, this just here is if you are on a European cruise, that's where you can claim back some of the VAT. So when I showed you that thing the other day about claiming back VAT, apparently we were eligible to claim back €31. Yeah, so anyway, Fantasy Spirit jerseys, again, just to highlight, they have all of the sizes still, and that is what, we're now 6 days into the cruise, 5 days in I think. That's really impressive, because normally on some of the previous European cruises they have sold out of those very, very quickly. The shorts that they're selling, there were some over in Mickey's mainsail as well. Some of the shorts are quite nice. Some of the loungewear, if you're into wife beaters, they're sort of very nicely styled as well. Then there's blankets, some really nice bags as well, towels, the lounge flies, which people seem to go crazy for, and again, more ornaments, as we've said, in terms of we do actually have some of these and we do collect these ourselves, so we do appreciate that even at $26.99 they might be a bit steep for some people, but we really like them. Again, the lounge fly $84.99, but don't forget you do get a 10% discount if you are gold or DVC. This is new, I've not seen this. So these are the Italy Epcot showcase ears. I think, and I could be horrendously wrong, so somebody please correct me if I'm wrong, I think these are specifically for this cruise. I don't know if I've seen these in any videos in Epcot's World Showcase in the Italy Pavilion. You've then also got the Spirit jersey, specifically the Disney Cruise Line Europe, and I have the green t-shirt that goes along with this. Danielle actually has this Spirit jersey. That is the polo neck I'm wearing, very comfortable, and there, speaking of which, is the green shirt that I've got, again very, very comfortable, and alternatively for kids, a nice small blue shirt as well. You then got the Disney Cruise Line, what looks like a zip-up hoodie over there, which also very nice from what I've seen. Some specific Disney Cruise Line Europe tumblers. And then over here, these tend to be pretty standard on most of the cruise lines in terms of the Sea Treasures shop. That polo neck there in the top right hand side just here, this one here, I've got that, again, very comfortable. I will say the suitcases are not cheap, they are somewhat up of $200 most of them, so probably best to avoid that, and if you can, wait till you get off the ship and go to to somewhere else that's cheaper to buy the suitcase, unless you are desperate, of course, for a Disney Cruise Line suitcase. Over the back, just a few more t-shirts that are quite nice, but again, in here, everything is a little bit more expensive than you would normally expect to pay. Well, depends on your definition of what you'd expect to pay. But some more sort of lounge flies here, some different ears for the cruise line. I think these are the more usual sort of Disney Cruise Line ears. I think this colour scheme was very much in last year as well when we were on the Dream and the Fantasy. And then new arrivals, so there's another polo shirt, a couple of new polo shirts actually, and a couple of other new sort of sports t-shirts. So we are now heading up to Cove Cafe.
That's 11 and I'm like, did we need 12? No, 11.
No, it was 10 we needed.
10?
10, I think. No, it's 11. Very consciously aware that there is so much we still haven't shown you. So whilst we're off to Cove Cafe, which is one of those things, we still haven't even shown you Midship Detective Agency. And it just goes back to what we've said before.
We'll do it tonight.
There is so much on these cruises to do. We just can't show you it all even in 7 days. Danielle has just ordered herself a latte, which will have a print on top of it. Do you know what you want to get printed yet?
I don't think you choose.
Oh, okay.
They choose.
Oh, okay. So we'll have a surprise. Yeah. Surprise!
That is nice, isn't it? More
Yeah, we've just seen this cup, which we think looks quite nice, but we really don't need any more cups at home.
I'll go for a latte then, please. Thank you very much.
So we're about to head downstairs. I have changed my shirt again, by the way. The other one was very uncomfortable after being sweaty. And having been worn on about 3 different occasions. Hi, wife.
Hi.
Yes, we're going to go down to the DVC member update now. We are very, very close to Italy again.
Yeah, we're sitting there going, oh, we'll get phone signal soon.
Yeah, so we're going to go to that, and then afterwards we think I'll finish about 6-ish latest.
What, the DVC thing?
Yeah.
It's half an hour.
Oh, is it? Okay, 5:30 then. And then we'll decide what we're going to do after that. So I'm going to get absolutely slammed on copyright music, but I don't really care. So this is the Tube, and this is where they host the likes of Match and Mate, Majority Minds, and apparently DVC membership updates.
It's my favourite adults only. Well, it's not adults only, but from 9 o'clock, it's adults only. It's my favourite venue on all the ships.
I'd agree with that.
Not just because it's themed to the UK, but, well, it's themed to London, but it's just, there's something about, I think it's the lights.
Yeah, the lights are pretty cool, to be honest.
They change colour.
Yeah, it is pretty cool.
The bar is the plot.
Oh yeah. And then at the back, what you won't see at the moment is they've got like tube station seats, so it's quite cool. It's DVC member update done. Nothing that we didn't really already know. They did very loosely touch on new resort coming soon. But yes, we're now off to the Oceanear Open House. Show you around that. So this is Andy's room in the Oceanear Club. This is where you tend to find most of the sort of infants. And then this is the Oceanear Club. So this is invariably for younger children, up to about 11, I'd say. And through there you've got like some Pixie Hollow, Star Wars Command Post, and then the bathrooms for the kids, the toilets are all sort of characterised. There is a clear colouring area through there, and then also more bathrooms to the right hand side. Then the Star Wars Outpost. I mean, this is just, I'll go around this side because this is where Danielle is. And now we are basically just waiting for BB-8. Yeah, this is through Pixie Hollow as well. I'm trying to find where was. Oh, there we go. Superhero Academy is through here. So this is where you've got all the Marvel stuff. And I'm pretty sure behind one of these as well. So there's the Doctor Strange screen and all of the Marvel stuff in here. So Ant-Man, you've got Black Panther's mask. That's the effectively what's meant to be the Tesseract in a cage, I believe. Other bits as well. So it depends on how into your Marvel you are. But yeah, loads of stuff in here. And then I'm pretty sure behind one of these other doors, I'm pretty sure is meant to be, might be behind here, I think. No, I think that's not it. But there's meant to be another area, it might be on one of the other ships, where we've seen the Toy Story slide.
First of all, I have to establish a call to see if our astromech drone ready to come for us. Very good, very good. Very good. And it's on its way. There we go, BB-8. Thank you. Sorry, sometimes he just makes kinds. There he is. Greetings, BB-8. Hi. Excuse me? Sorry, he's mad at me because I said that he likes dramatic entrances. Greetings, BB-8. I'm really happy to see you, and I will help you translate. Okay, he said that he's really happy to see you. I'm gonna help you translate what BB-8 is saying. Now, BB-8, I have a bunch of recruits right here, and I feel some of them are quite promising.
I am slightly hiding behind the screen, not going to lie, because the wind has significantly picked up. But there is Sicily. And as we're approaching Sicily, obviously on the other side of the ship must be Italy. So yeah, we are rapidly approaching, and I'm going to see if I can get some footage of us going through the Messina Straight. As much as I'd love to give some footage of us approaching the Messina Straight, the winds up here are insane. It is 23 knots approaching the ship and 19 knots speed of the ship. So yeah, that is the reason you probably, well, there's one person that's just getting blown about. My shirt's just been blown around. That satellite falls pool water, just literally being thrown everywhere. Some of the sundowners look like they've had enough. As you can see, some of the sensors on the ship are even blowing one way or the other. So yeah, from my perspective, probably going to head back downstairs to the room for a bit and wait till we actually get to the Messina Straight. We have come back to our room very briefly just before dinner, and we have a lovely towel animal again, Serene.
Serene.
Yeah, funny story.
We asked him, and he said that in his culture they don't have first names.
Well, it's just his first name. That's it.
Yeah, it's just that's just it.
Yeah.
So we learnt something today.
Yeah, Serene has done us.
Could be a snake, could be a swan.
Looks like a swan with a heart. We've never had this before.
No, this is a new one.
So clearly he's been talking to Chris.
Or Chris has done it, one of the two.
No, I think Serene is kind of talented in his own way.
Yeah. I love the service you get.
It's very, very good, to be honest.
Put these in our pile of chocolate.
Yes. Right, we are going to head down to Animators Palette.
Well, we're going to wait 10 minutes because every man and his dog.
Oh yeah, the queues are mental, aren't they?
It's a good idea to queue. I'm like, why are you queuing for dinner?
It's not even 15 more minutes, is it?
Please don't do it. No, it's 10. Please don't queue for dinner, especially for animators, because you just block up the whole corridor and it was so hard to walk down.
Dan, you do know that people don't care. They'll still do it. I know you care, but you also have autism and you struggle with tight spaces. That's
true, yeah. I was not happy about it. I was just there like,
Can you do that impression again for me?
No.
Okay.
That was my sardine.
Your sardine?
Sardine.
Okay. There's just nothing more to say on that, is there?
But it's like, if you're on SpongeBob,
right?
You've got those fish that they're just sideways.
Right.
They've got one eye and they wear their t-shirt.
Okay.
I'm one of them.
Right.
If people have seen SpongeBob, they know what I mean.
Okay, I'm going to charge the camera now. Here we are for Animators Palette. Hello!
Oh, hello!
Oh, there's so many people.
35.
This is for drawing night. No crush. No, this is a new one for us. Please explain drawing night.
You draw a character and then they Disney magic it and it will be on the screen.
Yes.
And it will do things.
You know that like image where you go do something That's literally what this is going to be.
I feel there's a lot of pressure.
Yeah, I need
a very good drawer.
I need to get a drawing, so I'll be back shortly. There's Danielle's. There's mine. So why did you get told off?
I didn't get told off, but I'm conducting an experiment, basically. So, it doesn't work.
No.
I tried to do that the other day with you.
Did you get told off?
No. Have you not? No. Oh, very good. So that's what I needed to do. No. So in all seriousness, I'm conducting an experiment because you're not allowed to write. So what I've done is I put I and then Mickey and then DCL. So I had DCL, which is obviously approved words. So I've done them in green and I've drawn in green on purpose so that and my Mickey's in red. So if I need to colour it in, I can. But it's an experiment because I've seen in other people's videos where people have
Who are on this cruise, by the way.
that there have been lots of words. So I'm just seeing what they allow so that I can tell you guys and other people whether DCL is allowed or not. I'm not sure if it will be, but I was like, I've got to try.
I didn't put any words on mine because I read the notes.
I read the notes. I've seen this so many times, but I want to see if DCL is an allowed word.
Bread service has arrived. Nice bread with some tomato, sun-dried tomato and butter.
Now that's what I call a colorful entrance. Oh, hi folks. Oh gosh, thanks for all the great drawings. These are just what I need to whip up a little animation magic. I'll be back later, but right now we invite you to sit back and relax as the dining room proudly presents
your dinner. Guest, be our guest. Put our service to the test. Tie your napkin around your neck, Sherry, and eat while the rest.
Chicken satay to start.
For the show.
We were just saying we're very conscious that we haven't really shown many menus.
Why are you giving me a pointed look?
Because it's a failure on my part.
Well, no. Tonight was my fault. Hello. Tonight was my fault because we already knew what we wanted, and so when he was like, "Do you need a menu?" Like he actually asked us if we need a menu, and we were like, "No." Well, I was like, "No, we know what we want. I can tell you both of our orders right now if you want." So we did.
It's sometimes the case that I'd say there isn't always a great deal of change on the menus.
This is a whole new menus.
So I think it was like beef Wellington, wasn't there? So as you'll see on here, it's very straightforward. There's specialty cocktails, the appetizers. So there's tuna, porcini, and the Malaysian chicken satay that we had. Lobster bisque, but neither of us are really like lobster people. Then there's a white cheddar and broccolini soup. I mean, I don't know why I'm telling you all this because you can read it all next to me anyway. We have gone for the chicken schnitzel, and then roasted fillet of beef Wellington was something that I'm not particularly fussed about because I don't like mushrooms. The herb crusted rack of lamb is actually no different at all to what I've had in other restaurants, so I didn't really fancy that again. Lighter note options, again very consistent with all the other restaurants as well. They don't really tend to change those. Specialty coffees, so there's adventurous aftertinis, specialty drink selections, and then you get down to the desserts where we've gone for 2 of the celebration cakes. I wouldn't be surprised if our server Anthony bought me the very cherry chocolate sundae as well, because he seems to be upset whenever I don't order a sundae now. But yeah, there are other bits as well, and we'll probably try and do this again for tomorrow's menu so that you can see what's on here. For reference, if you have done the Wish, this is exactly the same as the chicken schnitzel serving on the Wish. We had both gone for exactly the same, so it was the only thing on the menu that we both really wanted, and it's slightly lighter to eat than all the other options that we had. Review of your schnitzel, please.
It's fine. I feel like it needs a sauce.
Yes.
It's like we said at the start, it's the same one we had on the Wish, and this one was nicer than the one on the Wish. My chicken was quite moist, sorry if you don't know that word. But at the end of the day, it's just breaded chicken and potatoes.
Now, the people on the table next to us have gone for the beef Wellington,
Which looks really good.
and the shrimp pasta, which
I
also
liked
looks
mushrooms.
really good. I wish I liked mushrooms, and I wish I liked shrimp, because their food looks really good.
It was fine, like obviously we both ate it.
Yeah,
Hiccup.
yeah, like not much is left, but I do kind of sit there and I'm like, I don't want to be like obnoxious enough to show their plates.
Do you know what that should be? That should be made into a palm.
Yes, simple meal though, isn't it?
Yeah, it's not my favourite, but I don't not like it.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I do know what you mean.
Like, it did the job.
Yeah, and considering we had like a big old lunch today,
Yes.
it's not the worst thing in the world that it wasn't overly filling. So anyway, dessert is up next.
Celebration cake.
Correct.
Hiya, folks! It's me again. Just want to remind you, we got a big surprise coming up soon. Oh!
Celebration cake.
Pink.
It is pink, yes.
Smells very strawberry.
Well, it should do because it's got strawberries in it. There we are. Very nice. Very nice.
That's a bit of me.
So we're coming to the Tube, we're going to watch Go Fetch, and then we are going to watch the Ventriloquist.
Providing that we're not falling asleep. Which...
My eyes were a little bit bleary during Animators Palette.
A little bit.
I'm 7 years older than you. Animators Palette. Overall, good meal.
Yes. Yeah.
Celebration cake was quite nice. It was very sweet.
The starter was my favourite.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I would say out of the 2 Animators Palette meals, I would say I prefer the first meal and the second experience.
Yes, I think I fully agree with that.
Like, Crush is great and everything, and don't get me wrong, I love Crush. But I do think the whole point of Animators Palette is to do the animation. And I really prefer that animation thing over the guy who we had for Crush, who wasn't really that great, to be honest.
I think the problem is, we had such a good experience on the Fantasy last time.
Yeah.
Because we were right by the tank, so we could speak to Crush, which was awesome, and he was really funny.
But yeah, we've not seen Go Fetch before. We've seen it in videos, but we've not seen it ourselves.
We've heard of it, although I'm hoping it gets a bit busier, otherwise it might not be as funny.
Yeah, I think if it doesn't get much busier, then we may go back to the room, because there's
some young'uns coming in.
I do sit there and I now think that this is my sign I'm getting old. I'm looking at these kids coming in, and I'm going, there is no way you're all 18.
And then I remember that our age doesn't even start with a 2.
Hi, Doug.
Hi there.
That's so cute. I'm so excited.
I just met you, and I love you.
I love you too, Doug. I'm needy. I'm actually gonna cry.
Oh boy! Oh boy!
I'm so happy. All right. I wasn't expecting that. Okay, focus. So everybody needs to find a team captain, and my team captain needs to go to Coops right now and grab a team number.
Squirrel!
Squirrel! I love that. Oh, my job. Bruce, are you paying attention, Bruce? Don't run. Don't run. Walk fast. Okay. Woo. All right. I forgot to say something. If you don't have what I'm asking for, you can ask to borrow it for whoever has it, okay? You had to ask for it. Don't steal it, okay? Right? Okay. Oh, I like this one, Coops, because we have it. So, I want to see a team number and a tattoo. Go fetch! 2. Aww, that's cute. 3. What is that? I want to see your team number and 3. It's not 1, it's not 2, it's not 4, it's 3 left shoes. Go fetch! Take a deep breath. 2, 3, 5, 7. 4.
You push up and you start to ski, 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 let's ski jump.
Yeah, wow! Fantastic! Yeah! That's amazing! Hell yeah! Yeah! Well, that's his hobby. I've got one more hobby.
Yeah, I like to do interpretive dance. Interpretive dance.
Dance?
Dance, yeah.
But if only we had some music for that. Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah, feel the music with your body like this. I'm feeling the beat with my body like that, and I'm interpreting the beat with my body. Whoa! And my arms and legs are moving like this. Whoa! And now I think with a tree.
A tree?
Yeah! I'm an acorn. A small, small, small acorn. And I grow, and I grow, and I grow, and the branches grow, and I think of a tree.
Wow! Look at that! I'll count to 3 then. 1, 2, 3.
Yes, hey!
because I'm holding on to this, because I'm going to show you a secret to ventriloquism, and everybody can join in with this. If you can get one of these, this is the instant secret to ventriloquism. Because with these, you can't even move your lips. There's no way. You get these at the dentist, or you can get the like mouth retractor. You put them in your mouth like this, you instantly a ventriloquist. You go, and you see, and you can speak in clarity and diction. Clarity and diction. What are you doing? You look ridiculous. You look absolutely ridiculous with that thing in your mouth. Can you try and say Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers? Shall we do the song? The song? Okay. Since the characteristic and clearly delicious, even though the sound of it is something kind of delicious. If you say it loud enough, you're always something delicious. Since the characteristic and clearly delicious.
Hello. We are back from the tube.
My face hurts.
John Kimmons, top entertainment. He used the Nina Conti face mask,
Yes.
and it worked so well.
It was just his comedic timing,
Was phenomenal.
and like the first bit was so British humour. I was in tears laughing.
We were probably, the problem was there were a few Americans laughing, but in a room full of predominantly American people, we were the ones making the loudest noise.
But it turns out we were the only Brits in the whole room.
Yes.
Which
Yes.
is really weird.
But yeah, he was brilliant. I think my favourite bit was where he said, I've got 3 tricks with a towel. And at the end, he was showing how, as a ventriloquist, you throw your voice, and he was saying all these wonderful things you can do with a baby noise. And he said the third one is, so he turned this towel into a baby, and he kept putting his finger in it and going, see, that's how you shut a baby up. And then he asked this guy called Jeremy to hold the baby. What are you doing? It's a damn towel. Let's go with the towel.
We weren't going to go see his main show tomorrow.
We are
now. We absolutely are. It was phenomenal.
Hysterical. He was saying about, the best thing you can do is go on Amazon and buy one of the
eBay, the $6 oxygen masks.
Yeah, from the airplane, he said. And then that way, if somebody doesn't want to let you out, you just pull it out of the bag. If they're asleep, you just nudge them with the mask on and go, you're right. And they go, ah! Simple
Brilliant.
things.
Brilliant.
So yeah, it was really, really good, and we are definitely going to go see it tomorrow.
Yes.
As long as we're back from our excursion in
Which
time.
we should be, just.
So yeah, early night for us. We are up at 6.
It's not. It's
11:15.
11:15.
So we're going to get to bed shortly. We're up at 6.
Up at 6 by choice, because we don't have to meet until 8.
Yes.
But we are very conscious that 1, we've not been for a proper Cabanas breakfast.
Correct.
2, we've not shown you Cabanas breakfast.
And also, we're not going to do Cabanas breakfast on the last day either, because we're doing express checkout, so we just go.
Well, we don't do Cabanas breakfast on the last day anyway.
No. Because we're just going.
Well, that and
They don't do Cabanas on the last day.
you just realised that.
That's the additional point I was about to make, Daniel.
Well, actually, not true. It is open. Little known fact. Did you know that?
So you just led me down a garden path there.
Cool.
Didn't you? You alright? Anyway, so yeah, long day out for us tomorrow.
10 hours. Well, 9.5 hours are
Yeah, it's going to be another sort of prep yourself day. It's going to be hat day.
Hat day, definitely hat day.
So yeah, we will make sure that you're with us. We need to get the bag sorted early as well to make sure we get all that stuff. But today, great day at sea. It was really nice. Started off with a lovely Palo Brunch, which we're really grateful to the team at Palo for sorting out for us.
Yes.
Nice bit of sunbathing, bit of relaxation. Note to self, if you do lay on the side of Satellite Falls and you do lay your whale-sized gut on the concrete and then you roll back over and you laugh and go, oh look, I'm kebabbing, remember to reapply the sun cream, otherwise you do end up with a very red stomach.
You look like a squishy.
That's a bit harsh. It's not that bad. The only bit that's painful around is my belly button.
It's just that the strip is like directly down the centre.
I look like a really dodgy Southampton home kit.
I mean, it's pink. Their kit's red, isn't it?
I mean, the way it's going to end up red, isn't it? Anyway, so yeah, just make sure you apply sunscreen. But funny enough, didn't appear for 4 hours. Make it make sense.
That means it's deep set.
Does it? Mm. Cool. Going to pay for that, aren't I? Anyway, so medical facts with Paul and Danielle.
Don't take medical advice from us, please.
Can barely look after ourselves.
Got my nighttime coffee.
So weird. So yeah, that's about it. Great day. What else did we do? We had a DVC member. Golf sim was what it was.
What have we done today?
Not a lot.
We saw BB-8.
We did.
Did they see BB-8?
Yes.
You've seen BB-8?
I was literally next to you filming.
I was paying attention to my own stuff.
It's all about me.
Yeah.
She's going to slap me so hard when we get off camera.
Why wait?
Yeah. But yeah, and then in the Animators Palette entertainment, food was just a bit meh.
I'm still struggling to be like, what have we actually done today?
Yeah, sign of a good sea day.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's that for now. Thank you for watching. If you do want to make sure you keep up to date with all the other gumph that we get up to, Oceanear Club on Instagram, Paul and Danny's. No, it's not.
Travels with Paul and
That's the one.
Paul, it's
Travels with Danny and Paul at gmail.com.
It's been a long day. Well, actually, it hasn't been a long day.
I get Adventures from. Was that another channel? Yeah.
Mine's Adventure by Daniel.
That's
at the Oceanear
one.
Club. Because I am Oceanear Club.
So to reconfirm, it's Oceanear Club, and then Travels with Danny and Paul at gmail.com.
I think we're going to go to bed now.
Good night, everyone.
Bye-bye.